All right, so Jordy or Jordan?
Oh, man. I told you to pick.
I know. I think Jordy's cool.
All right, let's go with that.
Yeah, all right, so we're here with Jordy. What's your last name? I'm sorry.
Lyric is my middle name that I use as my last name, and
Okay.
everybody thinks it's not real, but I'll produce a birth certificate at
That's
the next
cool.
podcast.
Yeah.
It is.
So your parents were into music then?
My mom was. She wanted to name me like Aria or like Melody or
Okay.
something music related.
Yeah.
But my dad was kind of like, really like Aria Lyric is a little much. So
That's double, yeah.
So we got Jordan, and
That's cool. Lyric is still a cool middle name.
Yeah. It's like I got born with a stage name, and how many people get that?
Yeah. So did you like grow up around music a lot? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole family. My grandpa was a bar musician, like jazz oldies, Motown kind of guy.
Hell yeah.
And he played at frat houses, so he'd like take me back to college, like at Temple. And we'd be going down Broad Street, and he'd like point out these houses, and he was like, "You see that frat house? I used to play there with my band." I'm like, "That's funny. I play there with my band." And like it was like a cool thing. And then my mom too, and my stepdad and my little brothers play, and
Yeah. That's
so,
awesome. So
yeah.
you knew pretty early on you wanted to be involved with music in some way.
Yeah, my grandpa had these like PV speakers in his basement when I was a kid. And like he's always had them, and he would have like this whole sound system set up. And so I would like go over there and like sing. And I was like real little, and I was like, this is so cool. And like he gave me like a microphone. It was a fun time. And he had like a 4-track recorder.
Nice. Super old school.
Yeah, and so it was like a Tascam whatever of the 70s. And so when I was little, I was like, well, I want to like make songs too, like everybody else. So I would like sit there and write, and I would like sit in his room with the Tascam and like his acoustic guitar. And I like grew up recording like little tapes, and I'd like pop them in.
Nice.
Like, hey mom, listen, where's the tape player?
My first
like 8
single.
years old. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So you grew up like playing instruments as well.
Yeah, I did not like instrument lessons.
Yeah.
I did not like taking lessons.
They kind
at
of
all.
suck on us. I teach music, but I always urge like students to just like learn how to kind of get around the instrument at first before, so you can like learn to have fun with it before you're learning like before you're just sitting there being taught by someone, you know?
Yeah, like they gave me this guitar, and I didn't know how to play it. They're like, go take lessons, like we'll pay for them. I'm like, all right. So I went to these lessons, and my mom was supposed to be learning with me because she's just a singer and like she can play piano, but instruments are like not. So she was like, yeah, I'll go with you and learn. So she fucking bails because she's like, this is too hard. I'll never learn. I'm like, great. That's really motivational, Mom.
Yeah.
So like I get there, and like I'm sitting there with my stupid guitar, and the guy's like, so we're going to learn. What song do you want to learn? My mom like begged me to learn Bobby McGee for her by Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
So I learned how to play that. And then I was like thinking about it one day because like my house is full of music shit. And I'm looking at the wall, and we have this like chord chart poster. I'm like, well, if that's like, these are the chords that I know that this guy taught me in the attic of this music store.
Sure.
Like, I could just sit in my basement and learn these chords because, like, I know where my fingers go.
Yeah.
So, like, I used the fact that I knew, like, okay, if this is what a G chord is, and, like, I'm doing a thing with my fingers right now. And then you'd look at the poster, you'd be like, that's what it looks like. So then it was like, oh, that's how you read a chord
Yeah,
chart.
you're, like, intuitive enough to figure it out. That's good. I think growing around people that play definitely helped, I'm sure.
Yeah, it did. And, like, they would learn stuff by ear, too, because they, like, And so I would, like, learn stuff by ear, learn to read tabs, music.
In defense of your mom, I feel like learning guitar once you're older, because your hands almost have to, like, grow. Like, the muscles have to grow to the instrument, so...
Yeah.
My uncle's like he was a carpenter his whole life, and then he's like 58 now, and he's trying to learn guitar, and he's been playing for like 4 or 5 years, and he's getting better, but it's just like he's got these fucking like carpenter dude, you built like wood shops for like your whole life.
These houses build cabins. They don't play this instrument.
Exactly. His hand is one gigantic callus. Like he can barely move his fingers.
You'd think that would help him, but honestly, no. I guess not. Limited mobility.
Yeah. Because you do need calluses. Like
yeah.
I'll teach violin to kids, and they'll be like, "Oh, my fingers hurt." I'm like, yeah, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
I don't let them complain about it too much. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. We're gonna keep playing. Like,
See,
choice.
I never learned how to use my pinky very well.
On guitar, it's hard.
Yeah, it's real fucking hard, and like I didn't want to learn how to do it, and everybody was like, "You should do finger gyms. Like, learn how to use your." I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, maybe we could just get around it. And then, here we are, like, 12 years later, and I can't use my pinky. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Not a lot of people, like, whenever I see a person playing power chords with their pinky, I'm like, that person has fucking chops. Like, they can shred, because they just have so much more mobility and strength in the fingers. But, it's hard to get the pinky going.
It really is. It's the lost appendage, honestly.
Yeah. So did you play in bands?
Yeah, so I started off doing my own thing because, like, I was in high school in the suburbs outside of Philly. And so, like, there were, like, 10 metalcore bands that played at, like, VFWs.
That's so PA.
It is so PA.
Oh, my God. Where in Pennsylvania?
Do you know where the Legion is? Like, there was this venue. It was a metalcore venue. It's in Willow Grove, PA. So I'm from Horsham, Pennsylvania, but
okay,
there was this like metalcore venue.
So probably an hour out of Philly ish.
Even less, probably. Okay. But for some reason, the disconnect was so like incredibly strong.
Well, because it's so much more rural once you get outside of Philly. It's a lot more just like farms and just space and shit.
And golf courses. Yeah. And like Quiznos. And so everybody was like, there's not a whole lot of creative, like, we'll just do metalcore.
Let's play metalcore.
And like all my friends were like in these metalcore bands. And it wasn't until I got way older that they started doing like indie. So like, I was like, well, I either get to make the music I want to make on my own, or I have to like be the like token girl in this metalcore band. And I'm like, that's dumb. So I'm like, I'll just do it. And then when so I was looking at college. Funny story of my irresponsibility in life. I was looking at colleges, and I was like, Temple. I was like, I go to house shows there. Because that was like the seminal thing in my life was going to my first house show. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, this is really close to all my favorite venues. And like also they do this house show thing. And like, I don't really get it. But I don't really want to go to college. And if I have to, I think I want to do music like while I'm there.
You want to be around that. Yeah.
So I totally picked the college entirely based on the fact that I went to like 2 house shows.
That's so cool.
Dude, I didn't go there. I didn't tour it. I didn't look at it. I didn't look into the program.
Yeah, they have shows around there. I want to be close to it.
Yeah, I had like been there one time to go to like the Chipotle after a show, and that was it. And so I was like, yes. So I picked that.
Did you study music in school too, or?
No, so my parents are like, my mom is really, really supportive.
Yeah.
But like, when it came down to it, my dad was like really pressuring me to like not do music and not do like, art and stuff.
Well, yeah, because like going to college for like music is kind of like you're shooting yourself in the foot, because you just end up in debt, and then like you end up trying to get a job in music. You can't like go to like Madison Square Garden like, oh, I have my diploma in music and look at the grades I got. Can I play here? Like it's different.
So it was like pointless anyway. I wanted to go for art. I wanted to, because I do a lot of things like outside of music, and so I was like, I wanted like go for art. My dad was like, I don't think so. And I was like, well, like fuck it then, because this is never gonna like no matter what I do here, I'm gonna still do all the other stuff.
Sure.
Like, and this is not my priority. I only went there as a way to be able to live there.
Yeah.
And not have specifically my dad, but also my mom and everyone else like freak out.
Hound you about what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'll just move down there, whatever. So like, no, I wound up doing journalism, and then I wound up like taking a leave currently.
Okay.
Just turned in the papers, so
Nice.
Yeah. Funny story. The other lo-fi musician that went to Temple and then dropped out, Alex G. And he's on the Frank Ocean records. So you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not so bad.
No, it's not. It's never too late. I think like Ben Folds 5, like Ben Folds like had one class left in college, and he just dropped out. He's like, you know what? I'm going to just fucking play piano a lot until people care. And I was like one of the most successful like piano rock guys. So it's always possible. You just do whatever. There are no rules to anything.
That's literally what I learned. Like when I first moved out and I was like on my own, like for good. Yeah. I was like, oh, well, shit. I'm like, I got to do all these things. Like, what am I going to do? And then I was like, as I kind of like kept living my life, I was like, there is like nothing I can possibly do right or wrong in this scenario. So like, I'm just going to do all the things that I want to do and just like live here on the side.
Yeah. I think the most important thing is just to have a work ethic, which people don't have sometimes. Like,
I have an extreme work ethic.
It seems like what you're talking, like I forget what we even talked about online like a year ago. probably posting some catty shit on Facebook, but we were talking about like the music scene and like
I love drama, so it probably was something, and I was probably incredibly dramatic about it.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I feel like growing up in the metalcore scene too, you saw a lot of stupid shit.
I mean, the drama,
I grew up playing metalcore too. And like,
awful, right? I mean,
it was fun, but there, dude, every venue got shut down every fucking month.
well, here's why. At least for us, it's because, hey, dumbass, when you rent out a veterans hall and you play metalcore and you tell your friends it's time to fucking kill somebody, and then they break everything and put holes in the walls.
No, that's it.
You're not being invited back. And it was like, it sucked because there was this disconnect. Like, all the bands that grew up around me and then got big, like, they didn't really stick around to kind of like guide the younger kids.
Sure.
Which is like something I know you should do.
Yeah.
And like they didn't, because it was like the biggest bands that came out of there were like Super Heaven,
Okay.
Rip Daylight, but Super Heaven,
Yeah.
The Wonder Years, Balance and Composure, Circa Survive, so all Anthony Green and all his projects.
Yeah.
It's like nobody stuck around to
No,
like,
they probably relocate to Philly or like
Yeah.
Title Fights from that area too, probably.
yeah,
right?
Title Fight, and like Pedal, not that they're quite on that level, but like,
So were you near like Doylestown, Pennsylvania?
yeah.
Because
we're,
I know
like,
there was a
20
big
minutes from there.
scene there. Yeah, it seemed like they had a lot of stuff going on. Like,
Yeah.
I think Title Fight used to be in a band called the Erection Kids or something.
I have a Title Fight Erection Kids like CD, like
Yeah.
physical CD that somebody that I know gave me, and he was like good friends with Brendan from Circa Survive.
Okay.
I had the real like Doylestown music experience.
Yeah.
It's great.
So was that the same band actually? Was Title Fight and the Erection, or were they like two bands that were friends?
I don't really know. It's a split, but like a lot of bands do weird like splits with themselves.
Yeah,
As like a present to
Alter
their ego.
ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. Not clear.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It sucks when bands don't stick around to pass the torch, you know?
yeah, nobody knows how to do
Kind of
anything.
feels like a duty because I feel like a supportive music scene fosters the bands that people love, you know?
Yeah, it does.
And then someone has to fucking do it when like the people grow out of it. Someone should like kind of be helping people out, or else people don't know what the fuck to do.
They literally don't. Like, they don't know how to book shows. You have to have like an old head friend that's like, here's how you do this.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, because like everybody who wants to book shows now, and like everyone who does, like, that's what happened to Philly too, is like the Doylestown scene is like totally dead right now.
Sure. Yeah.
And like Philly, you know, it has its ups and downs, but like predominantly, at least when I kind of like stepped away from it for a while, it was on a very steep downslide. And it's because like nobody was there to like teach people how to do stuff. Like,
Sure.
Everybody just fucking bailed.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if we don't have any local bands that are bigger now, that are willing to like bring on new people and like, you know, put new acts on and put on shows and stuff, it's like, who the fuck do you learn how to do stuff from?
Especially in a bigger city too, where it's like we were saying about New York before, there's just so much going on and you never know like how to handle it, you know?
And it's I think it's regional in Philly too. Like the North Philly scene and then the West Philly scene and the South Philly scene are like three different
I could see
things
that.
entirely.
Yeah.
And they don't communicate. That's
No, they're
another
like
thing.
cliques. It's
so
like kind of like bullshit. Yeah.
It's total bullshit.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's one thing to put your friends on and like, you know, support the ideas and the people and mindsets you like, but it's another thing to scoff at someone because it's like they play a different style of music or like.
My God, I remember when everybody was in a Twinkle emo band for like 2 years. Everybody
Dude,
was.
Yes.
Me too. Like not a joke. Me too.
Yeah.
But it's like there were no other bands out there that weren't that. So like good for us because it was really easy to find shows. But like I was kind of bummed because I was just like, well, you know, we have this like one thing and nothing else.
And it all kind of eventually started sounding the same, you know?
I think it sounded the same right from the beginning.
I think it was
but-
like Algernon Cadwallader and then like a bunch of like 17-year-old kids trying to sound like Algernon Cadwallader.
It totally was.
Yeah.
And it went through these phases where like, you know, it was that and then
I mean,
there was
but
like
metalcore kind of did that too. It was like all the same riffs
Yeah.
in drop D and then a breakdown, and then you can't book shows at that venue anymore, you know? Like,
yeah. Well, they would get shit shut down because people are fucking irresponsible. Like every good venue I have ever known,
Yeah.
pretty much, has gotten shut down because somebody's an irresponsible motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like I know these people. I'm not gonna name it. Everybody fucking knows anyway, so it doesn't matter. But there was this venue on Diamond Street, and the people that lived there, I was like good friends with them for a while, and like, you know, there was like a lot going on there.
A house venue?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it was like a real cool spot, and it was my first house show. I played there. I met all my friends from Philly there, and then they moved out, and then these people moved in. Now the people that moved in, not so good, like not so great at doing the music thing, real shady shit going on, whatever. And like they started to get a bad reputation.
Okay.
And then it went downhill, and then there were memes about it. There were Facebook groups,
God.
and like it was dirty as fuck. And by the last time I walked in there, they had like found this kitten on the street, because we have street kittens. I have one. Everyone has one.
Yeah.
But they had found this kitten, so I like went over to go see the cat. We walk in. It's so smoky that like it's smog. So you know that the smoke detectors don't work.
Yeah.
It literally, they spray painted the walls, which was cool for like 20 minutes, and then when the whole place got spray painted, it made it look like a fucking like it was like a skate.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Also, you're not getting your security deposit back if you spray paint the walls.
Well, they not only did they not get it back, but moral of the story is it got condemned.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Physically, like, condemned by the city, like, you cannot live here and no one else can ever live here again.
So the venue was ruined just by people that didn't have a clue on, like, how to run it, pretty much.
Yeah, and it sucks because people get so jaded that they don't want to, like, turn around. And, like, I'm guilty of it, too, because, honestly, like, after a couple years of booking shows and, like, you know, doing everything else I did, I was like, fuck, this sucks.
It's exhausting. It is.
I've, like, I used to live at a house venue. And there would be these fights, like these physical fights. Like, I remember having to rip this fucking dude off his girlfriend. I had to break up a fight over a blunt, over who smoked more of a blunt.
Oh, my God.
And and then there was this there's this freshman girl. And she came to the house.
That's the problem, too. You get these fucking, like, you get young people who just don't have a clue because
oh my God.
they're just shitty kids still.
Yes, and they come anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like I know you're not here for the band. And like normally I'm like, yes, very welcoming and supportive of new people in the scene, like good, keep it going. But
sure.
I was just like, I have a bad feeling about this. And this girl walks up to me, she's like, my friend's like really drunk and she's like passing out on your couch. I'm like, oh my God. So I walk over and like I had like 5 roommates, but somehow I'm the only person that like knew CPR and first aid and like how to be like, how to run a show.
Yeah.
So like even when it wasn't my show, if I was there, I always had to deal with the bullshit. So I walked over, I'm like, hi, I'm like, can you sit up for me? And she like sits up and I like fed her something. I like gave her food and water. I told her friend, I'm like, she looks okay. She's responding. She knows her name and where she lives and stuff. So like, I don't think you need to like go to the hospital right now, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna call you an Uber. I'll help you get your friend into it. I'll take it, like I'll send it to your dorm building, and then you're gonna have to like just watch her for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't get better by the time you get there, call 911. I was like, listen, like they have a medical amnesty thing at Temple, like you're not gonna get in trouble. Just trust me, call 911 because you really don't want anything to happen to her.
Yeah. And
like she was all right. And here's how I know she was all right. I picked this little bitch up. I'm walking her out to an Uber. Literally, she's like, I'm like baby carrying her. And I go to put her in. She's like, I'm fine. I'm like, no. I'm like, you're not fine, but you're going to be fine. And I was like being really nice to her. And I put her in and I'm about to shut the door. And she's like, hey. I was like, yeah. Expecting like a thanks or something. She goes, fuck you. And I was like, good night.
Oh
and
my God.
Literally went to bed. I'm like, get everyone out of my house. Good
That's
night.
Philly as fuck. Sorry.
Like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, by the way, you saved my ass at a house party. Yeah, it's exhausting running shows because you never know what kind of bullshit people it's going to bring, or like people that don't get it, that are like outsiders, and like you want to be inclusive, you want people to come to the show, but then like you don't want people that don't get it are going to cause fucking problems or get too shithoused, and like I don't know, it's tough.
And they always do. They always wind up doing it because we lost. And here's a legitimate theory. I think that when we lost the like variability, and that's not a word, variety, and like the multifaceted nature of what Philadelphia was when it was like 2 years ago Rolling Stone or somebody's like best arts city in the world.
Sure.
Like, when we had that, we had a lot of people who were interested in different things coming out and trying stuff, and they were there for the culture and the art and the love of it. And then when we all decided, well, fuck that, let's just play Twinkle Emo and metalcore, everybody was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't sound like anything. And then you get, like, then it becomes trendy. And the problem is when it becomes trendy, like, I'm not hating on it because, like, whatever you want to do, but...
It just becomes derivative. And you got kids regurgitating shit that's already been done. Like, the kid I play in a band with, the guitarist of Invalids, used to play drums in Panucci's Pizza. So like
I loved that band.
Yeah. So Brock was the drummer, and Matt, or whatever whatever Matt was going by now, was the singer-songwriter. But he was like, yeah, we'd play with all these bands, and it just all sounded the same. And like, even when Invalids tours now, kids will come up to him like, I loved Panucci's Pizza so much, and he like, just to be cool, he like tries to positively respond like, oh, thanks. But then after, he's like, oh my god, I wish that would stop happening. He just doesn't want to be associated with it. Also, he has a lot of problems with Matt, obviously, which I think a lot of people do now, based on like all that fucking shit that happened. Is Matt still going by Matt now?
I'm not sure. I thought that Matt deleted their Facebook. I haven't seen anything about it. I stayed out of that shit because I was like, listen, like, I'll let this one speak for itself. I don't need to say anything, but and then I think and that happened to a lot of people, and like, honestly though, this all sounds very incoherent because I'm trying not to, like,
blow up any.
Yeah, I'm not trying to blow up anybody's spot, but I will say, if you get your spot blown up and then you leave, good on you. Because, like, the one thing that always kind of, like, it never really hit me that it was a problem was, like, the sexual harassment and stuff like that at shows. And I was always just kind of like, I don't know, like, I feel fine. And then
I was going to ask you, because I feel like metalcore, or like the metal scene, is just like, and not always, but like, I've just seen like so many metal guys just be like homophobic or like sexist at shows. And
they fucking suck.
This song's called "Kill Every Bitch or Else You're a Fag." It's like, what, dude? Like, shut the fuck up.
Dude,
like,
so many of them. And
so you don't have to deal with that too much.
I didn't think I did. For a while I was like, I don't think that this is a bit. And then you start to get more into it, and you start to book shows, and then you encounter things like that are like kind of sexist, like like my sound guy at a show one time, I asked for a mic check and I asked for more in my monitor, and he goes, well, it has a switch, that's how you turn it on, like the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I know, the monitor has a fucking XLR cable, that's how you turn that on, and you didn't, so could you fix it?
Yeah,
like, I'm like,
do your job. Yeah.
I'm like, literally, like, do you think I'm that dumb? Like, what is a microphone? Check the answer here. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then you get like, it gets real bad out there for women a lot of the time, and like, you see it, I think, as you get older too.
Sure. You
look at younger girls and like, you kind of see yourself in them, and I think it happens with everyone. I don't think it's just like, oh, well, I'm a girl and now every other girl, we are all, the same person. Yeah. It's more like, I look at like younger girls who are like doing photography because I'm a photographer, like that's my job, and like I do film and like art and other stuff and a lot of things, and like I look at young girls who are doing the same thing, and I look at it differently. Like, if I'm at a show and I see a guy talking to a younger girl, I think about all the times that happened to me, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like, my first instinct is to like grab a fire blanket and wrap her in it and remove her from this situation. Yeah, it's awful, and like it really is. It's really bad. And like,
dude, there were so many scumbags in the music scene when I was growing up. Like, dudes with gauges, like mosh shorts, part of like a mosh gang. Everyone's called like Greasy Johnny or like Scumbag Larry. They have mosh names. Like, you're like 22. What are you doing? Like, stop.
Those ones, there were a lot of those, yes. There was a lot
Where
of
are they now? What do they do now? I just want to
I think they work at mechanic shops.
Dude.
And
the person I'm thinking about specifically works at a car dealership. Dude, my God, that's so funny.
That's what they do. I think they're all mechanics, or they work at the mall.
Yeah.
And they like sell stuff like body jewelry and vape mods and shit. And it's just, those are the people that we... It's like, you spent all these years of your life harassing and tormenting women, and all you got out of it was you get to fucking change oil. Yeah, that's Was that a good use of your time? Probably not.
Not at all. Talking about the music scene for 10 years and then just being a piece of shit and then just, selling car parts.
That's what they do, and that's the problem, is like, these people come in and you're like, oh, like, who the fuck are you? And then they're like, oh, I'm going to go to every show. And then they get this reputation for being there. And then all of a sudden, they're just gone.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes that's great because, honestly, anybody who fucking, like, all the, like, crowd kill, like, macho douchebags that sort of got, like, that sort of fucked off, thank you.
Yeah. No, sure. They needed to go,
But there are some people that it's like, well, damn, that sucks. Like, there are a lot of people that I knew because I was, like, I don't want to say privileged because it's not, everybody's a human being and it's not really, it's a privilege to meet good humans, not certain humans. Like, I don't believe in the whole, like, oh, he was in this band, so, like, we need to, it's so cool that like, name dropping, not my thing.
Yeah, it's stupid. And that's what helps build up that culture of, like, people taking advantage of other people.
Right.
It's like, oh, so-and-so from this project. And it's like, yeah,
it's
but
like,
it's a person. Cares? It's a person.
It's like, yeah, every 10 projects they do, I'm really glad you got to open for one of them. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Just chill.
Yeah.
But I got to meet people who were really cool, and they were part of projects that I personally, like, was really into and, like, touched by, and it was, like, it was kind of cool because I was really young, like way younger than everybody else. And
sure.
Like, I was like 17 at the 21 plus show. And like, it was cool because I got to meet older people and like, they taught me stuff and they would like, they inspired a lot of my music and stuff like that. But like, so many of them just fell off the fucking wagon and it sucks. It's like between like drugs and like alcohol and like, drinking at shows, sure. Beers, sure. But when like, people develop serious problems with that stuff and then they just like they're gone because they're like out of commission and it's like, man, it's like I really wish you would have stuck around for a few more years.
Sure.
And it's like it's sad and that's what happened.
Yeah, like people are gonna turn to music because it helps them or it speaks to them or like they want to be a part of something and that's cool, but then like you got like damaged motherfuckers who like use it and like they need it, but it's like they'll like kind of hurt other people in the meantime, or like they won't have their shit like completely balanced, and it just ends up ending badly a lot of the time.
It does. It's sad for other people, I think, because like when I was a young person, all I wanted to do was put out music. I'm still a really young person, but when I was a way younger person, all I wanted to do was make a record. And I was just like, I just want to make an EP or whatever they call it these days. And I just want to like put this on Bandcamp. Like I should have a Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like 17, 16. I'm like, I should have a Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And I was always afraid. Bandcamp was like a real big deal to me because I used SoundCloud because I didn't think I was very good at music. So I was like, I'm not worthy of Bandcamp.
Oh, Bandcamp. Okay.
And like now it's at a point where I'm like, I'm not worthy of Spotify.
Okay.
But like, so we're on Bandcamp. But, I was like, I just want to put this out. So I stayed home from school one day and I was like, I sat in a bedroom and I had this guitar because I liked Alex G and I had no money. Like, no money at all, no studio, nothing.
Yeah.
No gear. I had this like shitty, I don't want to say it's shitty, sentimental, old ass, like little classical nylon guitar.
Okay.
With like the top, like the bottom three or top three are nylon. And it sucks. And I had my cell phone and an app. And that was it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to stay home from school and I'm going to try something. And so I sat down and I started writing songs. And I would write the song, write the parts for it, write the vocal line, and I would kind of do the whole song at the same time, like not in parts. And I would record it. And then I was like, all right, what can I creatively do to not make it sound like I recorded this on my iPhone 4? Because I did.
Yeah.
And so I got really into like the idea of using like household like objects and ambient noises and, effects.
That's something that's not typically common too. Like household objects, like banging like sticks on like a chair, like pots and pans and shit. Like
I used to I would like tap on the washer while it was running. Like there's
cool.
so much stuff like you can water. I don't know. So I would do that. I would make like drum beats on like mugs and with like pencils, and I was like, we'll see what happens. And I was like, this kind of sucks. Like I was like, this is gonna suck because everybody else is doing these studio albums and like my shitty project. So I put it out, and people, for some godforsaken reason that I will never know but always appreciate, they like loved it.
That's
and like
cool.
This guy was like, hey, I make tapes. I'm gonna make you some tapes. Like we'll do a distro.
What's that release called?
Weather. Yeah.
And it's your name, like as the artist, or?
Yep.
Right on.
So it was tight. It was my baby picture was on the front.
Nice.
And I got all these tapes in the mail, and I was like, I am truly living the dream. At the it's because at 17 that is the fucking dream.
For
Somebody
sure.
sends a box of tapes to your house and like you get like a bunch of plays. You're like, shit, people are listening.
100%. Yeah, that's awesome.
It was so tight. So I just kept doing that for a while, and now I'm like writing different stuff because like matured
Sure.
sound,
Yeah.
pianos,
But
things.
still solo stuff.
Yeah, for right now. I get in and out of stuff, and my favorite thing to do actually is when I play shows, I like to get other people's bands and bandmates to improv with me because like I don't care what it sounds like
Okay.
as long as it sounds okay.
As long as the people know what they're doing.
Yeah, so like we Kevin, my boyfriend from Old City Revival, and his band and friends throw this festival, Atlas Fest, every year in Jersey, and I was privileged enough to play this year. And I was like doing this solo acoustic set. I'm like, shit. I'm like, I suck and I don't know my songs. I'm like, I never wrote anything down or kept any clean recordings. So
man.
I have no idea what's going on, but that's, so improv. But I was like, I met up with these people that are in this other band, Armistice in the Body. And I was like, we were all practicing in the same room. And they play like these crazy, like upright bass, like, glockenspiel.
Cool. Yeah.
So we had this classroom full of instruments at this church that we were practicing in, but they were like classroom instruments. Like there was like a, like the glockenspiel and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you guys want to play with me maybe? And they were like, what? They're like, you play in like an hour, right? I'm like, yeah. They were like, well, do you have like sheet music? I'm like, no. They're like, do you have tabs? I'm like, nope. They're like,
I could play songs for you on my iPhone.
no, seriously. They were like, do you have recordings? I'm like, sure. Let me open my voice memos. They're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I don't know. I don't really want to mess it up. I'm like, you cannot mess it up any more than I ever have, which is a lot. So like, just get it together. And then we played, and then like my very good friend Connor, who does Cemetery Tapes, he does like film, like mostly live and like music videos, and we do stuff together now. And like he filmed it, and I like watched it again. I'm like, this was way cooler. I'm like, this was a great idea. And so like every time I'm at a show that I'm playing, I'm always just kind of like, does anyone want to just like bring literally any instrument you want? Because I don't care. It'll be fun.
It's a cool mindset to have, because you can fall into the rhythm of just playing your set every time the same way. Like I'm lucky I play drums, so I can change shit a little. No one will really know, but like playing in a band and like singing and guitar, like I mean, and good vocals could still be different, and you can still do shit different, but the songs are always the songs. And it's cool that you like will let people kind of do their thing over it. It's a little different every time.
As long as I'm loudest.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Actually, as long as I'm loudest.
What's your thing? Yeah.
My thing is, don't take my high harmony. If we're playing my song, and you're singing it, and you take the third, I'll take the fifth.
Yeah.
And then we will keep going.
That's it.
Until I break, because
stack 'em.
I am Mariah Carey a little bit.
Nice.
And that, respect that.
Yeah.
No, but it is fun. It's always been fun, and that's what music is. It's fun, and art is fun, and it's cool that I get to do art for my job, and also be a musician, because I get to like make stuff and draw stuff and take pictures. And
so how did you get into like managing bands?
I didn't really. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I was real broke, and I knew how to do that because like just from working with bands over the years,
booking
I was, like,
shows.
Yeah, I was like, I know how to manage a band, because I'm very into like, as an artist, I know branding, I know like design. I mean, I do design, and like I was like, oh well, if I apply all these things and do it for a band, But then I was just like, honestly, pretty recently too, I was doing PR too, because like once you know what like how to make an aesthetic, you also know how like the whole thing that goes behind an image and image management, like you just get good at it.
Yeah, and that's what kind of helps people hang on to like a band, is like they have an identity to grab onto it with, which should and the identity should be based around the music still, but it's still important to have all that shit. So
yeah, it is. And like that's why I only really now work with like them, because I love their music, and like Old City Revival, I love their music, and I have fun with them, and like it's never a pain in my ass, or like it's never a fight, it's never a job. Like I don't fucking like.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I love them so much. I want to do stuff because like their music inspires me to do stuff,
and they're all cool and like easy to work with, which is like so important too. Because if you manage a band that doesn't have their shit together, it's like gotta be a fucking headache.
Well, I did, and that's why I stopped managing every other band except them, because I was like, this blows dick. Like, Kevin would be like, what are you doing at like 3 a.m? I'm like, I'm finishing a press kit and I don't want to because this band sucks and I hate them. And they're being really mean. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I was like, this is not artistic at all. This is very corporate and weird and I hate
it's
it.
bullshit. And you got to blame the bands for that too, because they're like, oh, we have a manager now, so she's going to take care of all of it. It's like, dude, that's not how it fucking works.
No, I don't mind that part. The bossing people around part is great. It's the like, I don't know. I gotta really like your music to want to do it because
Sure.
I'm never gonna be a scumbag. Like I'm never gonna be like, oh, pay me $600 and I'll get you on Warped Tour.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fuck that. I don't know if I can get you on Warped Tour.
People do that, though.
Warped Tour's not even around anymore, so God forbid I made that promise like 4 months ago.
Yeah, no.
The fuck? So like I was like, I'm done with it. So now honestly, I am literally moving out of my apartment into a new apartment with an extra bedroom so that I can have like a studio space for like art and design and photography, and then Kevin can use it for music, and we do stuff together too, and like I do a little of everything, and I've decided that I just don't like the like certain parts of it. So we're like moving to do that.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, I'm going to start doing that like
Awesome.
full time.
It's cool to have your own space to do shit like that too, you know? Like,
Yeah. I was so interconnected with everybody in the scene, like all over the fucking world, that I was just like, it will be really easy for me to do this. And I thought that I was doing bands a favor, and I thought that it was like going to be a really fun thing. But then I was like, what it did honestly was it kind of took away my identity as an artist.
okay.
Which was
Because
like,
you put so much of yourself into other people.
yeah, and I sound like a real fucking pretentious dick, but it is true.
No,
though.
dude, yeah. So I do like some label distro shit and like screen printing shirts. Like that's what the cool thing about this attic, because I don't even live up here. I have the smallest room in this house, but the rule is in the house, whoever has the smallest room gets the attic. So, you know, I do the podcast up here. There's a ton of merch in the other room, but it's like, you got to do your own shit to be fulfilled too, you know? Like
You absolutely
you
have
have
to.
If you don't work on it, it's like you feel like you're just only working for other people, and it's like, you know, we got to make shit, you know?
I stopped writing music. Like I literally, there was a point where I had to like, I was like, I don't even know if I can play the 10 instruments that I used to be able to play.
Yeah.
And like, I got really into these things that I loved. And like, I think I tried everything, and then I narrowed it down to what's going to fulfill me, what's going to help others, what's going to, you know, fulfill my passion. So
Finding the right balance of everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am not just, you know, an artist with pen and paper and stuff like that. But like when I say like artist, I mean like I'm creative about everything.
Yeah.
And I live creatively.
Hell yeah. That's the right mindset to have, you know?
I think so.
It's easy to fall into the lines of like, oh, we're a band, so we need these things, and we have to do these certain, we have to hit all these marks and check off all of our boxes, and just to have like not that perspective is refreshing when you do shit.
It blew. Telling bands, when bands would ask me, what's our next move? Like, what should we do now? Or like, you know, should we tour here? Yeah, I have all of those answers. And the reason that I ever got into it was because I had all these answers to these questions, and I was like, well, somebody needs to answer these questions.
Yeah.
You know, and not be a scumbag about it, and not be a fucking pay to play, not scam, you know, just answer these fucking questions for a reasonable, you know, if I'm working for you for like 40 hours a week because you're constantly calling me about your tour, yes, compensate me slightly.
Sure.
But like it was one of those things where I was like, I'm taking money to answer these questions, and the problem is I don't care. I'm like, I don't really care if you play in Cleveland. Like, it hit me one day. I'm like, nothing's going to happen in my life, or yours probably, if you play in Cleveland. So I've been spending 10 hours booking you a show in Cleveland, like for every other band besides them that I actually like doing that stuff for and enjoy.
Old City Revival.
Yeah, I love doing shit for them.
Yeah.
But every other band, I was like, Jesus, like, I can't. I'm like, I realize now that I'm going to rip my fucking hair out if I have to talk to one more person about their tour. Like, I just don't care. And I'm like, and they don't care either. So, like, they're paying me to care, and I can't even care.
Yeah.
For money. So I'm just like, no. Like, no, somebody else should do that, honestly. Because if you're at the point where you know, want a manager, normally I'd say, you know, sure. But honestly, find somebody who, like, doesn't... Find somebody whose life isn't going to be ruined by it. Like, find somebody who's not going to be jaded by the fact that they're kind of like, if I spent 40 hours on a song or on a, you know, a series of paintings or on photo shoots, I always felt much better than when I spent it on getting a tour date.
Shooting emails back and forth with.
Yeah, and it's so depressing. Like the world.
That's-
I was a journalist. I worked for a newspaper and like a couple other places and like some online like music publications.
Yeah.
And it was just depressing being on the other side of it because everybody was like, if you do journalism, you should do PR. Well, I also don't do journalism anymore because like it was just, I would get these promo emails and I was like, the correspondence, the fact that I know in my head how to answer an email and that every time we email each other, it's like, you know, sincerely and like all of these like it's not sincere.
It's gross. Yeah, it's
don't
stupid.
say sincerely. Like you're not being sincere. You made this fucking press kit and sent it out to 6,000 other journalists.
Yeah.
And then I got to do the same thing on Friday. And we can't even bond over it because you're through a computer.
Yeah,
it sucks.
It's a
like
fucking headache, dude. I was
boring.
I was talking to some booking agents because I was trying to book Iron Reagan, and I was they're like a thrash punk band, like, and I get the importance of having a booking agent so you can get paid and shit, especially when you're older. But like, actually, I wasn't even working with that guy. I was trying to book the band Bigwig, which they're like a skate punk band from New Jersey who were bigger like 15 years ago. But like he sends me this Excel spreadsheet to fill out. Like, all right, like what percentage cut of like after we break even, and it was just like all these words, net, gross, and like those aren't even hard words that I just said, but there's just so much jargon in it. And I had to hit up my friend who is a booking agent. And he was like, honestly, man, like I've booked them, and you know, you don't really need to do that a lot of time. This guy's kind of just giving you a hard time, and it made me realize that I don't want to try to book like big shows ever, really. Like 2 years ago or a year ago, I was like, I'm gonna book one show a month, and it was going well, and I made it about 9 months, and then like I was starting a new job, and I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. It's fucking exhausting. There's so many things to worry about when you're like booking a show, besides turnout, and like I'm old now, so it's like I don't know who to invite to a show on Facebook. All I can do is have the bands promote it from their personal pages, and just hopefully on the good merit of those bands being good and people caring, like people will come. But it's like I'm 27. I keep thinking I'm 28. I'm 27, but like, you know, that I live in a college town. So what am I gonna do? Start fucking adding 19-year-olds on Facebook? Like I'd feel like a weirdo.
They do, and it's great because it never works because everybody's like, who the fuck is this old man? I'm like, I'm 19 and in college, and like 30-year-old man invited you to show in a basement. I'm
Hey,
like,
there's a house party. Why don't you come check it out?
yeah, I'm like, dude, am I like, what? No.
There will be fidget spinners, just like trying to be cool.
Yeah, like, man, I have penny boards, and also you like something called Pabst, and I have that as well. So please come to. I don't even think people drink PBR anymore. People are very different.
Yeah,
the
it's
scene,
changing.
the scene has changed. Like
Yeah,
Philly used to be like a PBR filled, 40 filled hellhole.
That's what
it
this
was awesome.
Yeah.
And Tom's sitting here saying it still is. It's not. It's actually disgracefully highbrow. I hate it.
Sure.
We have gentrified punk. We were supposed to be against that.
I agree.
Gentrified the genre. And you know what? Like, I don't know. There's a place between like totally wiping out cool, shitty punk stuff and like introducing higher levels of like, I don't know, like stuff like set design. Like I love that shit because I'm a designer and I'm a visual person, and I fucking love designing sets and like.
You can still be punk and have cool shit going on, you know?
Yeah,
like,
because if you love art and you also are like not, you know, even if it's not your thing, like, you know, I kind of grew out of my whole like, yeah, I want to go to a basement every single night and watch the same 6 like, you know, bands and mosh every single. But like I grew into like an appreciation of art and appreciation of the culture, and like, you know, just because I'm on a different side of it now, and just because I see things differently and like operate differently, it doesn't mean that like, you know, we all have to be pretentious and weird. And it's like,
yeah,
that's what's disconnecting the scene, honestly, is like all of the like punk kids that are really to the core punk, and then the hardcore kids, and then it's all
like
aesthetic.
It's only their way, you know?
It's a game.
So what do you mean by gentrification of the scene? Like, how would you?
Like, when I used to go to shows, everybody was... And like, this is totally not to shame anyone, because, like, whatever. Like, music is for everyone. Let me just put it out there.
Yeah.
It is for everybody who wants a part of it, unless they are a heinous, horrible monster. Other than terrible people, it's for everyone. So... when I say gentrifying the scene, I mean, like, I used to go to shows and it was like, everybody was like broke as fuck, and we all got along, and when people fought, it was like, it wasn't like, oh my god, ban them both, like call scene 911. It was like, sit down and talk about it, and then like get back in there.
Everyone's there for the greater good of like building something.
And
yeah,
I'm totally not against like show safety. That's one thing, but I'm talking like, people are so cliquey now and everything. It's like, oh my god, like these people are feuding, and
it's a mess.
It was a mess, and then it just stopped and died because everybody decided that they hated it, and so now every single singer-songwriter sounds the same. Every single there are only a few bands that don't sound the same, and it's divided.
Like the rules of people have kind of made it like that. Like, all right, so one of the bands I play in, the singer is like, he's not even a jock, but I call him a fucking jock, but like, he likes sports. That's really the extent of it. He likes sports, and he'll wear a basketball jersey to a show sometimes, and like, I see him get vibed. Yeah, dude, you might be able to relate. Like, I see him get vibed like shitty stares from like nerdy DIY punkers, and it's like, man, like this was 10 years earlier, like he'd be pushing you up against the locker, and now like you're just giving him mean stares and being passive aggressive with him because he likes a sport, and you haven't even like had a conversation with him, and it's fucking disgusting, dude. It's so counterintuitive. Like, why should that be? Because he dresses a certain way, we're gonna assume he's about a bro lifestyle, which like you're gonna pigeonhole him to be a bro, and you're gonna just assume a bunch of things about him, and it's just like,
that's just what it is. It's the assumptions. It's crazy that people. That's why I always liked Jersey. Like when I met Kevin and started going to like Jersey shows, I literally was like, I would tell him all the time, I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm like, this is so much better. I'm like, I spent years of my life like bands that I'm seeing in South Jersey right now and really liking and being friends with. I remember getting Facebook messages from them when I was like at the height of my booking in Philly, where I was booking shows all the fucking time at these venues.
Yeah.
And like ignoring them and being like, no, like, what do you mean? Like, we don't book like, no, get me like Mississippi on the line immediately, or like I need like, I don't even know of any more bands that exist anymore that are still from that era because they all broke up. But I'd be like, no. And then like I went to these shows and I was like, holy shit. I'm like, their shows are way cooler, way more fun. There's a lot more people and everyone's watching, and nobody is so drunk that they're not watching usually.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And like, I totally got like smacked in the face. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I've been spending my time doing marketing, PR, brand and band management, and all this shit in Philly, and I got so like up on my high horse because all my friends were. Yeah. It's like, come join us at the fucking round table of jaded jerk-offs. And it's just like, you sit there for a while and stroke each other's egos, and then you're like, oh my God, we are totally not like, we are actually way worse than everyone else.
It's
and that's why
part of being in the city though too, because then like the city gets a good name. You're like, oh, I'm in Philadelphia, I'm not in South Jersey. Like people like think that it's better because it's in a certain area, and it's not. There's people doing cool shit all over the fucking country, and a lot of times it doesn't get the attention it deserves.
It never does, and that's why I like stuff like I like collectives, and I like I like doing stuff like this, and like touring with them, like as a photographer.
Sure.
I love that because like if you would have told me like hey, there's this South Jersey band and you're gonna love them and you're gonna get to go on tour with them and you're gonna get to take pictures of them all the time, and then you're gonna be a career photographer, I would have like spat my espresso out.
Because you were living the Philly life.
I would wear like tights and heels every day and sit in Starbucks and fucking like on my Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And like be like, oh yes, tour booking. And if you would have told me that I could like just be a creative person and not have like stipulations on it like that, and that I didn't have to like I think a lot of people like get an ego and they can't get rid of it. And fortunately, it awoken me.
It sounds like you made the right choice. Like
I think so.
I feel like it's inevitable that you'll burn out on trying to do that shit unless you already have an in at a company, or like I don't know what people do it. Like I can barely stomach booking a show every 2 months now. I just get anxious. Like
I stopped for that very reason. I like could not. I didn't want to go to my own shows. So I would book them as a favor, and then I'd like call somebody who was like more into it, and I'd be like, "Can you run this show? Like, just keep like $10 and like have fun. I don't want to go."
Yeah.
I didn't even want to go to my own shows, and like I
It shouldn't be.
booked them.
It should never get to that. You know, it's tough.
No.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, it's cool. You're still doing shit. So what do you? I mean, you focus on everything. Your photography. You're a working photographer.
That's literally my job. I call it fun employed because I'm not unemployed. My job's just fun and erratic.
Are you like out of a studio or freelance?
Well, the studio thing. So I share space in a studio right now. So like
Okay.
I have like access based on mutual benefits to this really nice photography studio, 2424 in Fishtown.
Cool.
So I get to shoot there, and then we're moving to the new apartment abruptly because I need another room so I can have a home studio as well, and I do freelance stuff. It's mostly freelance, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, you can make ends meet doing that. That's great.
Yeah, it's super fun too. I get to meet people all the time and make friends.
And the benefit of you putting your time in and doing a lot of shit for the music scene, like that's gonna come around in your favor now, because you know a lot of people. And you can take a lot of pictures for anyone who needs them.
Yeah, like people hit me up. They're like, "You booked this show a couple years ago, and now I see you're doing photos, and I love them. So can you like?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm like,
Yeah.
Thank God it like something came out of it
all
because
worked
it
out.
sucked.
It's a very thankless job, like running shows. A lot of that, like locally, you know.
Yes.
I joke around with my friends. That like, you ever see like The Death of a Salesman, or like the playwright, like this guy, the salesman never catches the break. Like they should adapt it and make The Death of a Show Promoter.
Oh my God, you're right.
Just nothing ever goes right. And just like putting so much time in for no reason, and you know, it's hard to do. Someone has to keep doing it. I mean, in Jersey, there's like. South Jersey seems like it has a lot of venues. Over here, it's only basements. There's the Court Tavern in New Brunswick, which is like on and off on whether or not the town hates it or not, based on the owner, not even the manager. But it should be back on the up, hopefully. But it's 21 plus too, and it's a college town, so you got to find a way to get young kids into it. And there's no all ages venue around here that has a public address, so it's hard.
That is literally terrible.
Yeah, and you need like young blood kids to fucking grab the torch and like keep doing it, you know. So
Yeah, and I felt bad when I first stopped doing stuff. I felt real bad because I was like, you know, I had the mentality that someone had to do it. But I was just like, you know what though? Honestly, like 20 now. It's somebody besides me has to do it because I've been doing it since I was 16.
someone will do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they always will. They always find a way. It definitely like cycles itself out, and like, you know, if somebody came to me and was like, "Can you help me do this project?" Yeah.
Sure.
Can you teach me something? Can you tell me what you did? Yeah, sure. Like, so young kids like research your shit because there are people out there that are still alive and willing to like help you do stuff. But like, I don't know. It's the point in my life where I'm really like focusing on the people that I love, the people that I want to work with, and the things I love.
Yeah.
Doing, you know?
Cool. I mean, keep doing it. Check out Old City Revival. Jordy Lyric, is that what it's online as?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me and the best band in the world from South Jersey.
Yeah.
And maybe if I start another band, check that out.
What was the
Like,
old Philly band you
maybe-
played in? well, I'm curious if we'll know it. No one wants to say it.
No one wants to talk about it.
You can say it off
Playgirl-
mic too.
Playgirl Mansion.
Oh, nice.
.bandcamp.com.
Oh, I'm
Best
pulling
band
that
in the
up
world.
right after this.
Oh,
Nice.
oh no. It's real.
Yeah.
No, I guess it was okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it had its purpose at the
cool.
time. It was fun.
Yes.
Cool.
It was something.
Yeah,
How about that?
that's fair. Cool. Well, yeah. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks.
Anything else you want to add?
I thought I was gonna say something really prolific.
That's
there,
it.
but-
Yeah. End it with a nice fortune cookie. Whatever you got.
All right. Do the things that fulfill you, not the things that other people want you to do to fulfill them.
Nice.
Does that work?
That's good.
Did I sound smart?
Yeah. No, mad smart.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks.